nothing overdue. We can take it all back to the register and start all over from the canister. Let's break it all down into pieces of bright moments that pass by like a meteorite. Throw on your favorite reel, that's good to go. On the analog player, watch the people go. Sit back with the breeze and let the memories flow. Comedy, tragedy, all the highs and lows. It's funny how the music put times in perspective. Add a soundtrack to your life and perfect it. Whenever you are, feel it, we'll keep walking and we can't get far. Wherever you are, it's funny how the music put times in perspective. Add a soundtrack to your life and perfect it. Whenever you are, feel it, we'll keep walking and we can't get far. Wherever you are. Like a move that I can't predict, like a look that I can't resist. The tingling feeling was so mutual. The lingering appeal was so unusual. Herbally, what is medicine to a lone soul can become poison or some. With the whole body fast asleep, out cold. True vision seemed to come to the eye. Take hold of a prophet of me most visibly. I see clear when the world doesn't show it to me. It's so hard to make sense in the cycle of billing. Trying to find a reason to quit and make a killing. I admit, or dealing is painful, like a star upon a child staring down from the ceiling. How far do we have to stretch the picture before pixelating the human texture? We can take it all back to the register and start all over from the canister and save it all up for an ultimate prize. Homecoming gathering with the big surprise. Throw on your favorite record that's good to go on the analog table and it's something to blow. Sit back with these to hear the MC flow. Hi-hat, kick drum on the highs and lows. It's funny how the music put times in perspective. Add a soundtrack to your life and perfect it. Whenever you are, feel it, we'll keep walking and we can't get far. Wherever you are. It's funny how the music put times in perspective. Add a soundtrack to your life and perfect it. Whenever you are, feel it, we'll keep walking and we can't get far. Wherever you are. Okay, we can take it all back to the register and start all over from the canister. Let's break it all down into pieces of bright moments that pass by like a meteorite. Throw on your favorite jacket and you're good to roll on the analog trail and you look the roll. Just stroll through the trees and let your miseries go. Sunshine, hurricane on the highs and lows. Take it all back to the register and start all over from the canister. Let's break it all down into pieces of bright moments that pass by like a meteorite.
All right. Testing. 1, 2, 3. That is not in the right place where it's supposed to be. Huh. Very peculiar. One second, you guys. 1 second. I'm trying to figure out why this chat box over here is acting up. Why are you doing this to us, chat box? Yeah, we're going to move you over here for right now, chat box. There we go. Yeah, you was acting up for a second, chat box. You was acting up. Can't have that, even on a snow day. What's up, people? What's happening? Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you all hear me? Can you all see me? How are the audio levels? Are you guys listening to this just fine without having to, blow out your eardrums or whatever? What's up? Give me some feedback, ladies and gentlemen. I need that vital feedback because I want this to be a good experience for you guys. Because if it's not a good experience for you guys, I'm just sitting here talking to myself. I mean, that's no different than what I already do with these streams, but I digress. Here we are. What's up, people? What's happening? The black guy with glasses is back. It's good. Well, no glasses tonight, Pierre. I'm taking a break from these guys. Just using my regular God-given vision. And by God-given vision, I mean barely being able to see, but you kind of get you. What the hell is that? I thought that was a gray hair for a second, but no, it's just a piece of lint. How that? Oh, I was on the couch. That's why. Alrighty. But what's good, people? Fam, you sound good every day. Oh, Jason, my man. Oh, my man. You must want something, man. Hey, you coming in here with these compliments? We see how it is. Some people saying new camera. Oh, no new camera, guys. This is the same thing, the Logitech Brio. It's just that I adjusted the lighting so it looks much better. Acting up like BG's internet. Hey, yo. I would say let my mans live, but this man BG was slandering Yakuza today, so I can't let that nigga live. Oh no. Oh no. Let's see. Are you getting new glasses soon? Yes. So my new pair of glasses was supposed to be here Friday, and it wasn't. And then of course, you know, weekends they ain't been doing shit. So I'm still waiting. They say it's gonna be here sometime this week, so we'll see what happens. But yes, new glasses aren't the only thing coming to this channel that's gonna be new, but I can't say anything because you know when I've been away from YouTube, you guys, it's been for good reasons. I'll just say that much. But oh snap, the homie Daniel Pack coming through with the $4.99 super chat. I wasn't even here when he donated for this shit, but thank you so much for that, bro. He says like the stream, and you guys, anyone here who's been to these streams, y'all know how Daniel Pack get down. Daniel Pack is that guy. He's like the nicest guy you'd ever meet, but if you don't like that video, he coming after y'all asses. So just give the video a like. That's not me saying it. That's Daniel Pack. Alright, but yeah, you know what? We might as well just start out with this intro. What's going on, people? What's up? What's happening? Ladies and gentle germs, welcome to another fabulous installment of Ask Neo. Ask Neo is the somewhat irregular Q&A series where you guys ask me questions. I try my very best to answer them to the best of my ability and within the time constraints, because you guys ask so many amazing questions. Couple bits of housekeeping to get out of the way, as we do with all these streams. In the video description, you will find a couple of links per interest. So all my social media outlets, from Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, all that stuff down below in the video description. So if you want to follow me on all those, there you go. In addition to that, we have our Discord community, the Phantom Weirdos, which is run by the amazingly talented Shut Up Gabe, which he'll probably come through to the stream to bully me in a second, because that's what he does. Gabe bullies, I don't know why he bullies me for this shit, but just because I told him that all the women I've dated have been older than me, he automatically assumes I'm a gilf chaser for whatever fucking reason. But that's just Gabe, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's that as well. And yeah, it's a pretty free flow Q&A. We don't have any type of crazy like segments that we do on here, or maybe for the future we might start doing stuff like that. But yeah, you guys, just ask your questions. I'll try my best to answer them. And I just have to mention this because every stream people always ask me, super chats, things like that. Yeah, super chats are the best way for you guys if you want your questions answered on stream. That's the best way I can see them, because right now it's okay because we got a couple of people in the chat, but when we start get this shit popping, man, those questions go crazy. So all the super chats are greatly appreciated. They get funneled back into the channel, and that's basically what I do with the money. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people use that and they go buy cars and shit like that, but I'm like, nah, let me just use that to buy a new camera. I just bought a brand new monitor for the channel. I got a nice 1440p 100. What, this joint is like, what, 144 hertz? This shit wild, bro. But I got one of those for the first time, and it's great because, you know, for productivity's sake and purposes and editing, it's always nice to have things in a better resolution. So there's that as well. And yeah, other than that, man, we just gonna be chilling. So you guys answer the questions. Someone's asking, how late is it where you live? Well, right now it is a couple of minutes shy of 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As you guys know, I live in New York, and right now in New York, and for most of the Northeast, well, not all the Northeast, but definitely the tri-state area, there's a blizzard outside. They were talking, at first the estimates were like 14 to 16 inches. Then they upgraded that shit to a whole 2 feet. I don't know how real that's going to be when it's all said and done. But that's the situation right now. It's been a snow day for the past day. Off from work, off from everything, you know. It's a cool ass day for me, honestly, because I'm spending a lot of time with my family. And we've never actually all had a snow day where we all just have a snow day together. More often than not, one of us is working or one of us is like out of the house, out of the state, doing something. So it's dope, you know. Me and my family just had freaking dinner together. We watched Coming to America. Shit was a good vibe, man. I'm not gonna lie. And Coming to America is a fantastic, phenomenal movie. We got a couple super chats coming in. We got the first one coming in from the homie Austin, Dongo-san33, coming in with that $5 saying, "Hey, I see that Xbox stand. Been busy up till now. Finally free. It's been a while. How you been?" Well, I've been swell, man. Austin, same for you, bro. I mean, it's been busy behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people assume that, oh, Neo's died, you know, he hasn't been uploading videos as consistently. Oh, no, I've been around. If you guys follow me on Twitter, I am still around. I'm still doing my rounds on social media. But when you balance a lot of stuff happening here in the real world, in addition to stuff I have planned for the channel in the next couple months, it does take some time. But, you know, it's all for the greater good, the greater purpose. And another thing you guys might notice is this little piece of Xbox merchandise behind me. As you guys know, I like to have a little bit of everything on this little stand. So, you know, I got my Persona Shrine. Of course, got Grogu, the 8-bit Do controller, Keyblade, Spider-Man. And I had the Elite controller right here, but I wanted something else, something that would just pop. And so the homie Dongo-san, one of his Christmas gifts, he actually bought me this light up Xbox stand, which is so friggin' dope, man. Like, this thing actually lights up. It's not plugged in right now, but it is dope to have. Eventually, I'm going to wall mount this guy, so it's like a nice little cute light source that goes there. But yeah, it's a dope-ass thing. And I hope you're doing well too, Austin. We definitely got to catch up. I'll probably hit you up tomorrow. Alrighty, and then we got a $4.99 super chat coming through from Daniel Pack. You know how he be, you guys. You know how he be. 40 of y'all still haven't liked the stream. Listen, I'm just trying to get you guys out of a potential bad situation. Like the stream or else Daniel Pack will come after you. You guys... This man, Daniel Pack, he knows people. That's all I can say. He knows people. So, yeah, you guys, it's going to be a chill Q&A tonight. You guys got me for probably, like, what, 2 hours, maybe even longer. We'll see how things go. That's definitely what he said or she said. Very progressive. But, yeah, man. Someone asked me random question about the Elite controller. I've actually got a lot of questions about the Elite V2. As you guys can see, this is mine right here. Not too crazy customized. I took the paddles off of mine because I'm not really playing any competitive games right now where I would need to have the paddles as another form of input. But this is my Elite V2. As you guys know, I bought this in the summer to go alongside my Xbox One X. And the Elite V2 is currently my favorite controller to game on. You know, I love this controller a lot more than the DualSense, the regular Series X controller. I mean, you should, considering this thing is like $200. But it's just an all-around great controller. However, I will say this. When you start getting into these premium controllers, the modular controllers, unfortunately, there is a tendency for these things to be kind of faulty. I know that sounds strange because you would think, hey, you're spending like $140 more than normal. Wouldn't it come with better durability? It does, but at the same time, with the nature of these module controllers, unfortunately, you're just inviting more problems. So I haven't experienced any issues with mine. I've had the controller. I play it pretty consistently. No issues whatsoever. However, I'd be lying if a lot of other people here in the community haven't experienced those issues. So it's kind of weird. I would say buy the Elite V2 controller, but make sure you cop a warranty as well. I mean, in general, you should cop warranties when it comes to controllers because, you know, especially if you have the DualSense, that thing is a new piece of technology. And just how technology is, it always takes a while for that shit to really be ironed out, you know, for them to get all the kinks. So I copped warranty on every single controller I've purchased in the past couple of years. Same thing for this one right here. Because if anything goes wrong with this guy, anything in the slightest, I'm shipping it back and I want to get a new one. That's just how I am. But it's a dope controller, man. I mean, when I am playing competitive games, you know, like Rainbow Six Siege or something like that, I do have the paddles on, so I don't have to take my finger off the analog stick to reload. And I know some other people, when they play, I don't know how you guys grip your controllers when you play, but for me, I have it like this for the most part. Like I said, I'm very basic, you know what I'm saying? So I've got one here gripped, and, you know, I just play as normal. I know one of my boys, BG, Broken Games HDR, when he plays, he has like his finger... He has his thumb on the analog stick, and then he has one of his, either his index finger or his middle finger he has on the reload button, which, I mean, I understand the thought process in that, but for me, that's where the paddles come in. So that way I don't have to, like, because to me, that just, it doesn't feel natural doing that. But hey, to each their own, you know what I'm saying? My homie Tony, Adventures of New Yokio. What happened to the Captain America pillow? That is a very good question, Tony. I don't know where it went. I had it yesterday and it's gone today. Knowing me, when I was sleeping, that shit probably fell under the bed, most likely. That's probably what happened. But it's around here somewhere, Tony. Don't worry. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. Gears of War claw grip. Yeah. What's some people saying? Some people talking about. Wait, what's happening? Hold on. What's going on? I see Mr. Platnick. Oh, Mr. Platnick's back. Hey, Mr. Platnick. It's never a dull moment when Mr. Platnick comes in this comment section. So let's see what he's got for us today, you guys. Neo, you know, we only wish we could hang out with you for 2 hours. To be in your presence for simply 1 second would make my little heart melt. Yo, Mr. Platnick, man. Yo, I hope you're doing well, brother. I hope you're doing well. Appreciate you coming through. y'all should know about Mr. Platnick. He comes through and he blesses every stream. And I'm sure Mr. Platnick hits that like button. So, you know, he cool in my books. He cool in my books. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Yeah, uh-oh. We got a lot of people out here who are like, y'all better hit that like button. I don't know what I'm telling you. But yeah, the Elite V2 controller. It's dope as hell. I recommend everybody get it if you have an Xbox or a PC. But just letting you know, your mileage may vary when it comes to the durability. If anything, if you haven't picked it up by this point now, I think you guys should wait for the Elite V3 whenever they do that in the next couple of years. I'm definitely going to pick one up because it's going to be the newer version of the controller. They're going to take the feedback because Xbox is really good about taking feedback into account for better or for worse. Sometimes they give us a great controller. Other times they try to double the price of Xbox Live Gold. But it's good to be vocal about those things. Okay. All right. So let's see. What y'all want me to talk about tonight? Let's see. What was the song playing before the stream? Oh, man. So y'all don't know about that. Y'all don't know about that new. Y'all ain't know about that new Jarvis. Oh, okay. But I'm going to link y'all the song right now. And I'm just going to put you all onto something. Because I know some people out here haven't listened to his music. But I'm just going. Hold on. Wait. Let me get this. Wait. Let me not play this shit again. No. I'm just going to link that song. Y'all can listen to it. Go through all the stuff that he's done. Y'all that's all I can say. But okay. Let's get on to some topics, man. Let's talk about some stuff. All right. So we might as well talk about the most recent topic. Judgment. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Judgment. If you guys follow me at all, you would know that I've become very, what's the word I'm looking for? Abrasive when it comes down to my game recommendations. So as you know, I always pimp out Persona. I always pimp out Yakuza. And there's also one other game it's like Yakuza, but at the same time, it's not. It's called Judgment. It's from the same developers, Ryuga Gotoku Studios. And basically, what it is, it's like their first spin-off game that is separate from Yakuza. It's their first one they've done in a very long time. Think of it like Yakuza meets Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright, sprinkle in some Detective Conan case closed shit, and you've got Judgment. Like that's the best way I could describe it. Judgment, I guess we're kind of turned off by Yakuza's subject matter in terms of, you know, shit being really weird. Like the juxtaposition of shit being really weird and then also being really serious at the same time. I think you might like Judgment because it's a little more reasonable to an extent. I mean, it's still the same guys developing it, so you know how that goes. And the story is just fucking amazing. The story, the combat, dare I say, is probably the best that the studio has crafted. And that's saying a lot, you know, because I loved Yakuza Zero's combat system. But Judgment is just so good. It's the perfect jumping on point for newcomers to the studio. And this one, you don't have to know anything about the previous games to really get a grasp of it, which is awesome. So yeah, definitely check out Judgment. It's coming out on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series consoles, which is very weird. We'll touch on that later. Not the fact that it's coming to Xbox. That's not weird. That's amazing. I'll touch on that why later. And also Google Stadia, which I got a bone to pick with Sega right now. As excited as I am for Judgment coming through, right? Judgment's coming out on the newer systems and everything, 60 frames per second, lower load times and everything. It's coming out on Xbox. That's awesome. Why is it that with every single one of these platforms, they find some way to fuck it up? Okay, so let's start out with the I don't even want to know what's the least offensive and then what's the worst offensive, because to me, they're all egregious. Okay, so starting off with, where it all began. Let's talk about the PlayStation Nation, right? Judgment came out on PS4 here in the States back in 2019. All right? It's coming out on PS5 this spring. So you're thinking, all right, that game is somewhat recent. You would think that, all right, maybe they'll do some type of a next-gen patch, or, maybe if you pay $10, you can upgrade to it like you can with Neo, right? No. If you want to get the next-gen version of Judgment, if you want to go ahead and get the 60 frames per second, the reduced load times, all that goodness, you got to rebuy the game for $40. A game that right now you can get probably for less than $20. Okay, red flag number one. You're thinking to yourself, all right, okay, rebuy the game. Sure, why not? I mean, Neo, Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition came out, and you didn't really harp on Capcom for that, so why are you getting on Ryuga Gotoku Studios? Well, here's the thing, and I'll get to your super chat in a second, Daniel Pack. Here's the thing. At least with Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, the upgrades that they included in that, first things first, like all the different graphic option modes, the ray tracing, all that stuff is phenomenal, right? So it's more of a graphical boost in performance. Second, Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition included all the DLC. In fact, the new DLC that they had just announced alongside the Special Edition, the Virgil content, you get that in the Special Edition. Judgment doesn't really have good DLC. It's just bullshit. Because, those studios, they like to really, like when they make a game, they like to make the game and then that's it. Post content, maybe, but they want to make sure the experience they give you is great, right? Cool. So if you're comparing the two, Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition has a lot more going for it versus Judgment. And also Judgment is a more recent game by comparison. It's a couple of months different, whatever, but still, you get the gist of it, right? So PlayStation gamers who have basically supported this franchise since inception. Like, there was a time where we didn't think we were going to get any more Yakuza games, y'all. But PlayStation people were like banding together saying, yo, let's get this series on the map. And they showed up for Yakuza 0. They showed up for both Kiwami games, 6, all those games, right? And so for them not to get that upgrade, to me, is pretty shady. Like, not even just $10. Like, I'm sure people would say, I buy that for $10, Next. Xbox gamers. Okay, now I know this is going to sound very weird. Some of y'all are about to be like, wait, what are you talking about? You said you were just excited for the game coming out on Xbox. I am. You guys know how much I've been preaching the gospel of Yakuza, Persona, Kingdom Hearts, and how I want all those games on Xbox, right? We got all the Kingdom Hearts games on Xbox. We got Dragon Quest on Xbox. We got the Final Fantasies on Xbox. You know what I'm saying? The next thing in there is Yakuza. What do we get? We got almost all the Yakuzas. Now we have Judgment. Oh my God, that's amazing. But here's the thing. According to the report that I read, the official report, as of now, I don't know, things might change. The Judgment's version on Xbox is exclusive to the Series consoles. Now, that might sound kind of weird. Like, why is this a big deal? Okay, it's coming out on the Series S and the Series X. The consoles that only a fragment of people in the world have. Now, if this is a next-gen experience, I'm okay with that. But it's not. It's just a simple port. So the 50 million people that have Xbox One consoles, they don't even have access to this game. And I'm just going to be honest, you guys. It's not like there's this night and day difference you're going to see with that next-gen upgrade versus the original one. Because I played Yakuza Like a Dragon on the Xbox Series X. It runs good. But it's not like this crazy night and day difference. You have to play this game on the next gen systems. So that's very weird that if you want to get this game on Xbox, you have to own the new systems, even though it's just a port. And there really wasn't any incentive to not put it out on the vanilla Xbox consoles. Like, I'm sure a lot of you guys here have Xbox consoles. You don't have the Series X or the Series S yet. And you're enjoying playing your games on the consoles because you can't buy the new systems for whatever reason, whether it's out of stock, you're not interested, you're low on cash, whatever the reason is. So for them to do this, it doesn't make any sense. I was thinking it might have been logistics. Okay, maybe we can only develop on a certain amount of consoles and that's it. But the line, like, it doesn't make sense. You get what I'm saying? It's not like you're building these new games for the ground up for the new consoles. It's strange to me. And then third, PC gamers get screwed royally, which this is the worst part about it and why I think they should be the most upset. PC gamers outside of PlayStation have been the most vocal supporters of Japanese games on the platform. Like, the whole reason why we're getting a lot of these Japanese games on PC is because the PC fan bases support it like no tomorrow. And they did that with Yakuza. They showed up time and time again. And then for them to not even get this, yet Google Stadia does? Google Stadia. The platform that just announced that they're closing their in-house developers to make exclusives. The platform that lured, what's her name, Jade Raymond away, you know, one of the most prolific producers in gaming. They lured her away to make an exclusive game. They shut down that studio within a year. And then you're just cutting the checks with these guys. Y'all are toasting beer mugs. Like, yeah, this is for Stadia. Like, the service that, mark my words, Stadia ain't gonna be here in a few years. And everybody who invested money in that shit is just shit out of luck. But yeah, it's just so weird because I want to be excited about this because more people can play Judgment. And by all means, the people here who have always wanted to play Judgment but they didn't, they're gonna buy this and they're just gonna be like, oh, this is awesome. But it just sucks for all the hardcore fans, the people on PC. It's depressing, bro. But yeah, it's that's my whole stance on that situation. I'm excited for it. I don't necessarily like the price and the way that they're going about certain things. But yeah, that's my response to that. And then we have a $4.99 super chat coming in from Daniel Pack. Thank you, kind sir. The man who disliked the stream got to keep one eye open tonight. Oh shit. Hey man, like I said, y'all have heard of the Punisher? The Punisher got his inspiration from Daniel Pack. That's all I gotta say. Alrighty. And we got a $1.99 super chat coming from Georgie on Microsoft buying a Bethesda level studio. It's got to be Sega. Oh, that's another great question. Another great question. You guys are just like rolling them down. Like, all right, so we got him to talk about Judgment. Ipso facto, Xbox is related. Let's talk about this. All right. So, again, there's another rumor floating around in the gaming industry right now. And like I said, with all these rumors, you guys got to keep this shit take it with a grain of salt. That's all it is. But there is a rumor floating around that Microsoft is potentially shopping around for more acquisitions, more studios, more publishers, and apparently it's going to be on the Bethesda level. Now, here's the thing. At first, I was thinking Bethesda level. All right, so I'm thinking about it more in terms of their assets and what they're valued at, right? Because Microsoft didn't value Bethesda at what they paid, right? They probably lowballed it a little bit because that's what you always do in business. But then Bethesda's like, no, give us a little more. And then they probably found some type of happy medium, okay? Something on that level. You've got to be producing some high quality shit. And by high quality, I don't necessarily mean in terms of quality, but just shit that makes an impact in the industry, which unfortunately means the games that we don't like. Stuff coming from EA, you know what I'm saying, the egregious practices there. Ubisoft's factory, rinse, cycle, repeat. I was thinking it might be EA. But then again, I'm thinking, wait, no. EA and Bethesda are not on the same level. Not at all. EA is worth way more than Bethesda. So something along that level. Like, so if Bethesda is the cap, right? We just go down from there. And I start thinking about what other studios or publishers that might want to be acquired. And honest to God, the only few that I could see like logistically making sense, like, okay, people are throwing around Take-Two. Take-Two, of course, they own Rockstar and everything. I was thinking maybe, but knowing Rockstar, there's no way in the world that that company would ever. Rockstar is the type of company where you can't force their hand to do anything. Rockstar doesn't need any type of gaming trade show to show off their shit. Rockstar, I know everyone was like, they need to show Red Dead Redemption 2 at E3 this year. Rockstar said, fuck you, bro. We're going to show it on a random Tuesday evening. That's what they did. When Rockstar makes moves, the industry listens. So I don't think it's going to be Take-Two, right? But if I had to guess on something, it either might be THQ Nordic, which I think is just out there, right? But that's what I'm thinking. Maybe THQ Nordic or Sega. Like, those are the only two realistic acquisitions I could see Microsoft acquiring without there being crazy, ridiculous red tape attached to it. You get what I'm saying? Because if they were to acquire something like Square Enix, which would be a major fucking move, there's a lot of moving parts that come with that. A lot of stuff. They got their hands dipped in with every single publisher and every single platform holder possible. So there's a lot of things you have to go through there. And knowing Square Enix, I don't think realistically that would be a great sell for Microsoft. Because, yeah, they could use that to their advantage to get to the Japanese market. But it really wouldn't do what I think they would think it would do. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get one of the biggest Japanese publishers out there. Oh, well, damn. All of our games that we're putting out for the most part are going to be on handhelds or PlayStation. So it's going to be an uphill battle if we try to build that fan base on Xbox. And we don't want to also release an exclusive Final Fantasy on Xbox in Japan because that's just going to tank regardless. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, shit's just kind of spooky. But then I start thinking a little bit more. If it can't be Square Enix, it's not Take-Two. Maybe it's Sega. Because those months of teasing. Oh, wait. Is there some syncing issues going on? I'm trying to see. Oh, no. If they bought Epic Games, oh, shit, bro. That's just guaranteed cash flow. Oh. Oh, okay. Everyone's saying it's in sync? Okay. Just making sure. Like I said, I want to make sure everything is good for you guys. But yeah, I'm thinking it might be Sega, man. Just based off all the teasing that's been floating around. They've been getting buddy-buddy with, of course, they have to be buddy-buddy with Sega for Yakuza. I don't know, man. If it's not Sega or THQ, maybe WB Games, but what would they get from WB Games? Like, let's be honest. Let's have an honest conversation. What would they get from WB Games? Because unless WB Games wholly owns the rights to all of those assets, I think they just might be buying more developers to churn out more games, if you get what I'm saying. Because for me, the real asset in WB Games is the licenses they have. You know, Mortal Kombat, of course, the entire DC thing they got going on, all that stuff. If they can't get that stuff, then I don't think it's worth buying, you know? And it's like, with Epic Games, you could acquire Epic Games, and they could never put out another game for the rest of their life, but you'd be good because of all the other business stuff that they do. Outside of Fortnite, the stuff that they do with Unreal, that technology, that stuff being used in The Mandalorian, that stuff that's going to be used in the future Hollywood blockbusters for the next couple decades. That's insanely cool technology. So I could justify Microsoft purchasing that, if only for R&D purposes. But I don't know. We'll see. But great question. As you can see, I have no definitive answer because I don't like to place bets and wager on stuff. Like, nobody saw the Bethesda acquisition coming. Absolutely nobody. People thought, oh, small studio here, small studio there, not this mega publisher Bethesda. All right, we got a $5 super chat coming in from Gustavo Bravo. Thank you very much, kind sir. Finally watched all 6 Star Wars films for the first time. And I only watched episode 7. I really did enjoy them. I wonder how episodes 8 and 9 are. Well, to be honest, bro, I'm not going to sit here and tell you not to watch them because you've already watched the first 6. You've seen 7. You might as well just finish the last 2, come back here and we can discuss it. But that is really cool that you've gotten into Star Wars. And this is the weird thing. I'm sure you guys all have a franchise that's like that. When it comes down to Star Wars, for me, it's really hard to recommend it to folks who didn't grow up with it. If you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Hold up 1 second. Water break. So, when it comes to Star Wars, I'm not saying that there's anything really bad with episodes 4 through 6. And of course, you can make a case that the prequel movies are not great films if you're looking at them as films. But for me, like, the mysticism of Star Wars is kind of like, it's done like in generations, where you had 4 through 6 come out. I can't speak for any of you guys here. You guys, some of y'all might be here in like their 40s and 50s. Who knows? But for me, I didn't see Star Wars in the theaters when it first came out because I wasn't born. You know, I'm a child of the 90s. But I did see Star Wars when the prequels were coming out. You know, I saw the original trilogy. My dad had the VHS tapes. I saw those movies, and then I grew up with Star Wars. And then me seeing the sequel trilogy is like another generation that goes on top of that. But it's weird for people to buy it now, because to buy into it now, since I don't know. I feel like, not to say those movies don't hold up, because they do. It's just, I don't know. I feel like if you are going to watch Star Wars now and just watch the movies and that's it, I don't think you're going to find it as impressive, if that makes sense. But that's just my interpretation of it, because I showed the original trilogy to a girl I was talking to at the time, and she's not like just one of those girls, like she's into this nerd shit and everything, but she had never seen Star Wars. And she watched it, she's like, oh, it's good, it's great. But this is really what y'all have all been hyping up for like the past couple decades, you know what I'm saying? Because with Star Wars, one thing I've noticed is I love the movies, but I love everything outside of the movies somewhat more. So growing up, I read, you know, the Timothy Zahn Thrawn series, you know, Heir to the Empire. Like that to me is peak Star Wars. Well, now it's peak non-canon Star Wars. And then, you know, I watched the Clone Wars animated series, which to me is peak Star Wars in like what's digestible in the public sphere by comparison to the books, which you kind of have to. It's kind of hard to get people to read stuff, because you tell them, yo, Heir to the Empire is one of the best Star Wars stories ever. He's like, oh, cool, where can I watch it? It's a book. You have to read it, sir. So, yeah, it's one thing I do love about Star Wars right now is that we're finally tapping into storytelling where you don't necessarily, like, to me, Star Wars has always been constricted by the 2-hour film runtime. You know, I'm not saying that the movies need to be longer, but long form storytelling, I think, is where Star Wars prospers. So books, comics, what we're seeing with The Mandalorian, I'm seeing a lot of good stuff happening. In that regard. Jedi Fallen Order, another fantastic game, great story. So Star Wars is in a really good spot right now, despite what all the weird detractors online say. But at the same time, it's kind of weird to have me to like recommend people saying, yeah, watch all these movies and then get into this. You know, it's just, I don't know, man. It's fucking weird. I don't know. I'm weird like that. I'm not a fan of Star Wars, but I love Jedi Fallen Order so much it made me want to check out the movies. That's awesome, D-Money. And again, it goes exactly with what I said, you know? Like, hey, I'm just telling you how I feel. We don't know how someone else might interpret it. You know what I'm saying? That's really cool. And by the way, Jedi Fallen Order, if any of y'all have Xbox, it's available via Xbox Game Pass. Go ahead. Y'all play that shit. Do it. And it's got a nice, crispy next-gen patch, so you can play that shit at 60 frames, higher resolution. It's pretty stuff, man. It's pretty stuff. Oh, yeah, and KOTOR. KOTOR is just... KOTOR... I really hope that KOTOR... the remake that they have apparently in development, I hope they don't ruin it, man. Because if they ruin that KOTOR remake, that's like the one thing we've all wanted. Just remake KOTOR. That's it. We don't need a new KOTOR game. Just remake the first 2 KOTOR games. Oh, man. But before we get into some more questions, how the heck have you guys been doing? It's been a while, a couple of weeks, since our Ask Neo stream. So I want to see how y'all have been. How's everything? How's the family? How are the kids? How's the wife? How's the dog? How are your stocks? How are the stocks, guys? How are the fucking stocks, you guys? How's school? How's work going? How is it, everybody? How is it? Ooh, we have a $4.99 super chat coming in from C. Pierre. Thank you so much for that, kind sir. Which anime would make a really good live action movie, and who would you cast? So despite my stances when it comes to live action anime, how I always say, listen, if you're going to screw it up, don't do it. I do think that great live action can be produced. The Rurouni Kenshin movies are, in my opinion, the perfect example, the pedestal of how you can adapt a manga or an anime into live action. You can make a couple of changes for the cinematic experience and still be faithful to the source. You know what I'm saying? So there's a couple of series I would love. Death Note is just the one series that it doesn't matter what part of the world it is, whether it's Japan or I think Korea, they did a drama, or it might have been a Japanese drama. I think it was a Japanese drama. Or here in America, they still find a way to fuck that shit up. Death Note, to me, I look at Death Note and I'm thinking to myself, okay, David Fincher, like straight up David Fincher. I would totally get David Fincher to direct that movie. I would get Aaron Sorkin to write it. And as far as cast is concerned, fuck, man, anybody. That's it, man. Just fucking anybody who can really capture the dichotomy of Light's character and how he starts off as this kid who he looks like a genius, scholar. He's going to be one of the kids to change the world. And then he's got this sick, dark, twisted side that you see from episode 1, which is one thing I like about Death Note is that it doesn't really, up until the very end, it doesn't have you rooting for Light or L. You're just watching this game of cat and mouse unfold. But then you start thinking to yourself, okay, who is the cat and who is the mouse? Is it Light or is it Ryuzaki? And that's one thing I love about the story of Death Note. Because you can just sit there and every single time you watch it, you start thinking to yourself, okay, Light was in the right for that one. 5 years later, nah, Light was fucked up for what he did there. So it's interesting, man. So I would definitely, Death Note is one thing I would want to see. I think Welcome to the NHK they might have actually done a live action anime for that. I'm not even sure, to be honest. I think that story, with the story they have to tell with that, I think if done properly nowadays, could be one of those series that blows up on Netflix, because the subject matter of Welcome to the NHK speaks a lot to what's happening in Japan, and that show came out, I believe, in the mid 2000s. So that's one. Attack on Titan, just because of the spectacle, I would totally get Guillermo del Toro to direct that shit. Totally do that. Yeah, there's a couple of things out there. There's a couple of things, man. David Fincher doing Death Note would be amazing. Yo, I'm telling you, Johnny, bro, that shit has been like, you ever just look at something and you're just like, yes, this is it. Why aren't we doing this? Like, that's literally when I look at Hollywood, it's just like the template is there. Bro, do you know how many, man? So I think the closest thing to any of these actually coming out is that Cowboy Bebop Netflix show. You guys, if they find a way to screw that up, you are going to see such a different side of me. Like, Cowboy Bebop is, next to Yu Yu Hakusho, Cowboy Bebop is my all-time favorite anime. And if they find a way to somehow ruin that shit, like, honestly, I feel like with Cowboy Bebop, you need a smart-ass motherfucker to work on it. I'm sorry. It's not that the show itself is somehow deep and cerebral, crazy like that, but it's just, you can look at it and take it as it is at face value, and you're like, okay, this is cool. But when you start digging into it, and you like digging deeper into the show, and you start just saying like, oh, okay, well, that's really interesting there. You can't just do a straightforward, straight-faced adaptation. There's got to be levels and layers to this shit. What else they got coming out? They're doing a live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender series. Let's not do that again. Let's not do that again, man. And then now the creators have left the project, and now the original cast is kind of like, I don't know what they're doing with this shit, bruh. Oh, boy. What else they have going on? Apparently, Hollywood's still trying to do Attack on Titan. They're still trying to do Naruto. Why are they like this? Oh, they're doing a Yu Yu Hakusho live action thing. Ugh. I don't know, man. How do they just like, why don't y'all just leave this shit alone? Or at least hire, bro, this is what I don't understand about, not even just Hollywood, but just in general. They take these properties that you see, they make millions. They make millions off this shit. Then they get some D-rated level director, D-level rated writers to work on it. Yo, I need to, hold on one second. So I need to just to bring it up for you guys how bad how Hollywood just does not give a fuck. Dragon Ball Evolution, right? So Dragon Ball Evolution, we already know it was directed. Who directed that shit? James Wong, he wrote episodes of the X-Files and written episodes for this. He directed Final Destination 3, The One, the remake of Willard, and Dragon Ball Evolution. I totally look at the Final Destination guy and I think to myself, 7 magic balls. Like, that's totally what I look at. Oh my God. But no. The writer of the movie is what fucking killed me the most, because this man, what did he write? This man wrote, before Dragon Ball Evolution, well, he didn't write it, but he produced it. And this is what I always like to say. He produced this movie. Right before Dragon Ball Evolution, he produced A Good Day to Be Black and Sexy. And that's who we got writing Dragon Ball Evolution. Yeah. A Good Day to Be Black and Sexy. I can write Dragon Ball now. Obviously, producers, writers, it's very different, I know. But what did he do? He did Love and a Bullet. I don't even know what the fuck. Oh, it's this movie. Yeah, still wouldn't have. When you got a movie with the Wikipedia page that is blank, not a good sign, man. But yeah, they fucked that shit up, bro. They fucked that shit up. Oh yeah, Netflix is still trying to do One Piece. You're right, Corey. We'll see how that goes. It's just, man, they gotta stop, bro. No one's asking for this shit. Tired of this shit. How much more can I take? The Witcher was like the first adaptation of something I was worried about in a while. Oh, shout out to the 120 people watching. Shout out to you. Actually, you know what? Hold on one second, guys. Let me go ahead and, I forgot to. Like I said, I need a producer because I forget to post out on social media that I'm streaming. So let me just do something real quick for Instagram. Hold up one sec, guys. One sec. All right. Okay, just had to post that out there. Did I see the new pics for the Mortal Kombat movie? Yeah, it looks pretty decent, but you know, I wait till these things come out before I really pass judgment on whether it'll be good. Because if you show me a photo of something and it looks good, you have my attention. But I know deep down that shit could be ass, bro. Like when you first saw the promotional footage for X-Men Apocalypse, you remember how there was that trailer and you see Olivia Munn as Psylocke? She looked amazing. And then the movie came out and she had like maybe 3 lines, if that. So yeah, I'm very skeptical and cautious of those things. Let me just post this real quick. All right, and we got a $9.99 super chat coming through from Any Gamer Reviews. Thank you so much for that, sir. Hey Neo, how have you been? Finally finished the Danganronpa franchise with V3, and while I love visual novels, I'm a bit burnt out, so I'm currently trying to get all the trophies in Hitman 2. Well, thank you for that comment, man. I've been doing good myself. It's just been a little busy outside here, but it's a good kind of busy because it keeps your eye on the prize. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good kind of busy, and I'm happy for that because all the stuff I'm doing out here is going to benefit you guys on the channel. So I've been going through that, you know, signing deals, kissing babies, stuff like that. So I've been cool as far as that's concerned. And it's really awesome that you got into Danganronpa, man. Danganronpa is one of my favorite modern series, and I didn't think I would like it as much as I did because it's a visual novel. And with visual novels, unfortunately, a lot of them get a bad rap since a lot of those are geared towards women or guys who are really into underage-looking anime chicks. And then you have shit like Phoenix Wright or Danganronpa, which is like that nice happy medium where it's like interesting stories to be told, a lot of blood and guts, murder, which is amazing, and interesting gameplay mechanics. In the case of Phoenix Wright, you know, it's set up in the class trial, And Danganronpa, well, same thing. It's got a class trial. So it's awesome, man. I actually need to finish up V3. I remember playing through V3 when it came out. I got it on the Vita. And when I bought my Switch, my Vita kind of went into the drawer. But it is on my list. Granted, it's at the bottom of my list. V3 didn't really catch me as heavy as the first two games did, especially the first one. The first one was insane. But yeah, man, definitely ease yourself back into gaming and play different genres. That's one piece of advice I always have for people, especially nowadays, since a lot of us, with the pandemic and everything, we have a little more free time for gaming. Don't do what I did during the pandemic, which was try to finish and complete every single game that I was interested in without pacing myself, because I went from playing like back-to-back JRPGs. I remember playing through, I put 40 hours into Persona 5 Royal, then Final Fantasy 7 Remake came out, put 40 hours into that, finished that, then I jumped directly into Ys 8, put more time to that, jumped into Trails of Cold Steel, and it was just so much overload. Like my sensory overload for RPGs was, oh god, and you guys know it's my all-time favorite genre. I love RPGs, but it's very important that you pace yourself all the while, because those are games, they come with commitments. It's not like a small game such as, let's just say Control, 8 to 10 hour experience, Resident Evil, similar length. When it comes to those RPGs, there are times where you put in work, and in the grand scheme of things, it really doesn't, it doesn't amount to much, if that makes sense, especially the ones with the really long cutscenes, you know the ones. But yeah, it's definitely pace yourself after you finish one game in a genre. I'm not saying jump directly into another game in that same genre, but diversify your palette. So what I do right now is, so I'm playing through Red Dead Redemption 2 right now. I am on the final chapter, taking my baby steps with that, since I love the story of the game and I don't want it to end. So I'm literally just playing a mission a day. That's how much it hurts me. So I've been playing through Red Dead Redemption, very slow. But at the same time, I've got a couple other games thrown in the mix to kind of offset that big open world experience. So I'm doing Yakuza Like a Dragon as well. Again, it's another long game, but it's not an open world-ish game. Well, it is, but not really. You guys know how the Yakuza games are. And it's a JRPG this time around, so it's a different type of combat from Red Dead. And then I have the Medium thrown... Oh, whoa. I hit the mic for a second. I got the Medium thrown in there. That's something completely different, and I'll talk about the Medium in a little bit, because a lot of people are asking what I think. And then Control, I have the next gen patch ready to go, so I'll be playing through that. That's a nice 8-hour experience. And well, the funny thing about Control is I got halfway through Control, and then they announced the exact date when the next gen patch was coming. So by that point, I was like, fuck it, I'll just wait for the next gen patch to come out in 3 weeks. So yeah, that's what I've been doing in the past 2 months or so, and it's been working very well for my game backlog. That way, I don't burn myself out with like back-to-back 100-hour RPGs, and I just get a little bit of everything. So after I finish up Control and the Medium, I'm going to be going through, like I said, my taste is all over the place. River City Girls, that comes from recommendation of Jack Move Johnny. He talked a lot of good stuff about that. And then a bunch of other games that have always been on my list that I've wanted to check out, never had the time. Donut Country, that's another one. A lot of these things are available on Xbox Game Pass. Very strange. I could have sworn people said people who own a Game Pass don't play games. I don't know, it's weird. But you know how that goes. So yeah, definitely pick a game you want to play and just power through it. That's my best piece of advice when it comes to backlog stuff. Okay. Hey, we got a comment coming through from Colin, my boy. What's up, brother? What's up? Have you watched Soul yet? If you have, what'd you think of it? Yes, I actually did watch Soul. Me and my brother checked the movie out over Christmas, and it was so interesting because me and my brother have been bonding a lot during this pandemic, which has been interesting because both of us, there's an age gap between us of 6 years. So while that might not seem like a lot for some people, it is a big deal when, you have different generations of what people are into. But honestly, once my brother started getting into like his early 20s, like he's going to be 22 next, less than 2 weeks. No, exactly a little over 2 weeks. He's going to be turning 22. Once he's turned 20, it was kind of like, hey, we're kind of similar in a lot of ways. We have similar interests. You want to smoke? Yeah, I want to smoke. And that's how we bonded over this past year. Just us vibing, getting high, listening to music, talking about the world and life. And it's been amazing. So what we did over Christmas was we just got zooted out of our mind after dinner. And then we watched Soul. And that was like the first movie I've ever watched for the first time while I was high that I had an intent to want to watch that movie. Because when I'm high, I don't know about you guys, I don't really want to watch shit that I'm looking forward to because I want to experience that in the best possible state of mind. So usually when I'm high as fuck, I'm watching some bullshit stuff like comedies or, just whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I watched Soul high, and it wasn't like I was tripping out or whatever, because, when you get high, you don't trip balls like that. It was just like everything felt 10 times more impactful. So the story of Soul and everything, I already knew I was going to resonate with it, but when I was high as fuck and I watched that, it was just like, this movie's fucking amazing, bro. But I wanted to make sure it wasn't just me being blazed out of my mind. I watched it the next day and I was like, this movie's fucking amazing, bro. So it's a very good movie, honestly. It's one of Pixar's better films. I think this is right up there with Coco in terms of how Pixar can do good standalone movies. In recent years, their films haven't been terrible. They just haven't been too, like, memorable, if you get what I'm saying. The Incredibles 2, what the fuck? Like, who? That was the one movie we were all asking for, and you guys you did a 99-cent version of the first movie. Pass. We got Toy Story 4, which was a decent sequel, but we didn't really need a Toy Story 4. So while I liked it and I enjoyed it for what it was, I don't sit here and say that we needed this Toy Story 4, because 3 wrapped things up perfectly. Onward, that's the best non-produced DreamWorks movie I've seen out of Pixar. So there's that. And other than that, it's just like Pixar movies haven't been that captivating. So for Soul to come around and it actually be good, I was like, oh, this is awesome. Pixar they still got this shit, man. They still got it. Christian channel, Neo. Oh, you're right, Asville. You're right, Asville. Christian YouTube channel, you're right. All right, so anyway, let's see. Back to some questions. Hold on. Somebody just hit me up. Oh, one of my homegirls hit me up. Hold on. She sent me a video. Now, this might be either good or bad. Let me see. Oh, it's nice. Oh, she just redid the lighting in her room. That is fucking fire. All right. Yeah, the final act of Onward was pretty emotional, to be honest. That was just, damn, I didn't expect that to happen, but it did, and I was like, that's in a very adult way of taking things. Okay. Should I listen to my Zoom class or to you, Neo? Well, to be honest, man, it depends on what the class is. So if the class is some bullshit, I would just say have one headphone in. That's all I can say, because I want you to do well in school. Nostalgia Trip. I just got off playing Killer 7 on PC and noticed the stream is happening. So I'm like, what up? What up to you, Maddie? How you doing, man? Oh, also, Maddie here, Valkian24. It was just his birthday a couple days ago. So, yay. Happy belated birthday to Maddie. Okay. Let's see. Some more questions. What are some Xbox and Xbox 360 games you would love to see be backwards compatible for the new Xbox consoles? Ooh, there's a laundry list, Jimbo. There's a ton. First things first, I would love, because you guys know I'm a big anime head, so I love anime video games when they're good. And 2 games that I really enjoyed playing on the 360 were Naruto The Broken Bond and Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit. I always was fascinated by Burst Limit because it was the most interesting tech demo game that I think we had ever gotten, because the game is very bare bones. It does not have a lot of content in it, but the groundwork, the framework for that game is set. So I always wish that they would do a sequel, but since they haven't, I'm just sitting here like, damn, I really want to replay it, but my 360 is in the attic right now, and I don't really feel like bringing that downstairs and hooking up all the cables and all that. So I would love for Burst Limit to get backwards compatibility. Same thing for Naruto The Broken Bond, which to me is the best Naruto game in terms of storytelling and in terms of giving us an open world game. Like, when I said this back then, people didn't believe me because everyone was on Naruto Storm's nuts because of the graphics. But Ubisoft made some damn good Naruto games, man. Like, sure, they were kind of weird, wonky around the edges, but they were good shit. They were good shit. So those are two that I would love to see. In addition to just, if they can make all of the Xbox 360's library backwards compatible, I would love it, because then I could just pick and choose, like search and destroy what game I want to play. So yeah, to answer that question, Naruto and Dragon Ball, and then everything else. All right, Corey Gryffindor. Win them data battles, bruh. The data battles. Yes, absolutely, bro. So the data battles, I have to... Okay, so I went through and I started another playthrough of Kingdom Hearts 3. I started that on my PS5 and everything, and I've been going through that, but it's just tough. It's tough getting through just Kingdom Hearts 3, if that makes sense. Like, I don't mind it, but it just doesn't hook me like 2. But I want to make sure before I go to the data battles, everything is maxed out and perfect and, you know, spick and span. So that way, when I get my cheeks clapped on stream, because I know that's just going to happen when I play those fucking data battles. I saw some of the pros playing that shit, and they're like, man, what the fuck? So I want to make sure it's on point. All right. My guy, it's my birthday tomorrow. Do a front flip, but like epically. I can do a flip. I can't tell you if it's going to be epic at all. I might end up fucking hurting myself in the process, but I will wish you a happy birthday. So happy birthday to you, Bito. Burst Limit deserved a sequel. It absolutely did, Johnny. It absolutely did, bro. We need an Avatar The Last Airbender next gen game. Oh god, that another dream game project of mine. Just play as Avatar. Not even The Last Airbender, but just a game where you play as an avatar. You can pick and choose your backstory. You can pick and choose your element, where you came from, how crazy and fucked up your life is. You know, that's something I do miss in games, where you could really adjust a lot of the stuff about your backstory and it plays a role in the game. I miss games that did that shit. You know, it just adds another level of immersion. But yes, I would love for them to do an Avatar game. Have that shit have online. Man, that should be dope. Thoughts on Everybody Hates Chris? Chris. Funny show. Very funny show. That was my... Well, actually, that wasn't my introduction to Terry Crews. But it was one of the roles that I saw him in after White Chicks. And Julius is just fucking hilarious. Have you tried the Medium yet? Which is apparently the first Xbox Series X/S exclusive. Yes, I have been playing the Medium over the past couple of days. Not putting as much time into it as I thought I would be. Because even though it's not that I'm not a fan of horror games. I actually do like horror games, but I have to be in a certain mindset to play them. And the game itself just has to hit certain levels of standards and quality, if you catch my drift. Like, Resident Evil 2 Remake, for me personally, is the new gold standard in terms of how to do things. And I'm playing through the Medium, and I like the concept of the game. I love the mystery, the intrigue that's going into it. But I'm just going to be honest, I can't fuck with the controls, man. The character feels so stiff and rigid, like I'm playing a PlayStation 1 game, and that's putting me off of the experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything else, I want to save my full thoughts on it until I finish the game, because, you know, when it comes to the execution, you know, sometimes you just need to play through the whole game or a lot of the game to really see what they're going for. So I don't want to prejudge it after, like, you know, 2-3 hours, but... Yeah, the controlling is weird. The 30 frames when you have the two worlds rendering at the same time, it's giving me like a minor, it's not a headache, but it just feels strange. Like my eyes, it's like adjusting to that, bro. But yeah, it's cool. Like, I like the concept. Like I said, the concept is interesting. It's solid. It's different. But I just feel like it just needed a lot more polish. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, snap. We got Phil Spencer in the chat. Yo, what a good. Y'all are killing me, bro. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's been mad snow. I think the snow, it stopped for the most part. It's still doing a little bit of flurries, but, you know, it is what it is. Phil Spencer in the chat. Yeah, we talked about Judgment. That was actually the first topic of the stream, Maddie. Uncle Phil is watching. That'd be funny if it was. That's how Phil goes through into all the chats. Oh shit, people are like, "Ayo Phil, what's the next acquisition?" He about to be like, "Yo mama." I'm so choked I couldn't play it on my Xbox One S on Game Pass. Wait, you couldn't? You couldn't play the control? That's weird. Oh, your Xbox One S. My bad. I'm thinking of the Series S. You see, this is that off chance where the branding and the name confusion starts happening. You know, like when you start talking about the Xbox One S, you throw that S in the mix, it fucks me up. But I can differentiate between the One X and the Series X, which is very strange. I think it is because X gonna give it to you. That's true. All right. Are you looking forward to Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga? And yo, now here's the thing. I'm not a fan of Lego games. I play one Lego game every 5-6 years, right? The last Lego game I bought was Lego City Undercover. I got that shit on the Switch because I think it was like $15 at Best Buy. And I heard it was decent. So I was like, fuck it, all right? That was the last Lego game I played. But I looked at this Skywalker Saga game. Yo, that shit looks pretty tough, bro. That shit looks pretty tough. And from what all the Lego fans have been telling me, they're going back and changing up the gameplay. They're going back and just adding a whole bunch of stuff. So it seems like the next step forward for the franchise, which is awesome, man. We'll see what happens. Which X? Xbox or DMX? Well, I was going to say the Xbox, but the Xbox ain't delivering anything for me right now. It's not delivering me the power that I need for my dreams, and it's killing me. That ass answer, though. Sega confirmed. First person versus third person shooters. I think they have their place, both of them. But between the two, I like games in a third person perspective, which is why I didn't fuck with Cyberpunk like that. Because I think that first person for that game is just, why? Why? It's not like it's good first person combat or good first person gunplay. So why did you need it to be in first person? It could have been in third person. Do you think Nomura should get someone to rein his vision for Kingdom Hearts 3 so the series can be less convoluted? Oh yeah, I've been saying that. I used to say that before Kingdom Hearts 3, but especially after Kingdom Hearts 3, Nomura needs to have a co-writer, a co-director that is going to stand up to him and rein him in, because he's like George Lucas in a lot of ways. Interesting concepts, idea, lore building, but do not let that person write the script. Don't. Just take his advice and his ideas and channel that into legible and believable dialogue. That's what I think you need to do with Nomura. Because I like the idea that Nomura can do all these crazy, wacky things. But Nomura is not Yoko Taro. Yoko Taro is Yoko Taro. Nomura is just this... I don't know. It's like, I love the interesting things he does, but he just needs people in his circle to say, no, that's a great idea. Let's just reword it a little differently. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's just the... Dude, there should be no reason that Kingdom Hearts 3 in 2019... has worse dialogue than Kingdom Hearts 1 that came out in 2002. That just should not be happening, man. Should not be happening. And the worst part is in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, he had people on his team to help rein him in. But then with Kingdom Hearts 3, yeah, he had, what's his name? The guy who worked on Birth by Sleep. I think, wasn't he the co-director of 3? I don't know at this point. But yeah, but that was primarily a Nomura speared production. And it shows, man. It shows. It just, oh God, it got so weird. Any older types of Japanese RPGs you could recommend? I've been through Breath of the Fire 4, Chrono Trigger, and the first Dark Cloud. Ooh, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I could recommend, depending on the era. You know, I like to stick to... Well, no, some of my recommendations go back to the Super Nintendo. But yeah, in terms... I mean, it all depends on, like, what you're interested in. That's always my... Because I can't do blanket recommendations for RPGs anymore outside of, like, Persona. Because there's some RPGs that I love for, let's say, their combat system. And I love the combat system, and it's so great. Everything else around it, kind of spooky. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the best. So I don't want people to waste, like, 50, 60 hours on a game that might not be their cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? Like the Tales franchise. I love the Tales franchise. I can't recommend every game in the Tales franchise to people because there's some games I love, like Grace's F. Oh shit, the combat system in Grace's F is fucking phenomenal. It's out of this world. It's amazing. Some of the story stuff in that game is cheesy, even by the Tales standards. You know? There's plenty of JRPGs on Xbox Game Pass. Well, that's true, Phil Spencer, but there's one JRPG that's not on Game Pass. So what are you going to do about that, Uncle Phil? Trails of Cold Steel is great. Like, that's going to be the next franchise once I finish every game I'll recommend. But some of that stuff you kind of have to, like, okay, you can enjoy these games, but to get the full experience, you have to play all the older games. And if you don't have a PC, you're kind of shit out of luck because they're not all available on PlayStation yet. Do you think Kingdom Hearts 4 would be better if Nomura can do better writing for it? I mean, I said this after I played Kingdom Hearts 3. For all intents and purposes, I'm done with the franchise for right now until I see something interesting come out from it that's not just more of the same. Like, I don't care how crazy the story might get. If that story remains convoluted and the writing is shit, like, at least with Kojima, his stuff gets convoluted, but it's interesting and the writing is at least decent. With Kingdom Hearts, it's like interesting stuff, wacky execution. God, that writing is terrible. Like, I don't think people do not understand how bad the writing is in Kingdom Hearts games. Like, people don't get it. It's really bad. You watch this and you're just like, it shouldn't have to be like that. I'm not saying Kingdom Hearts needs to turn into Citizen Kane or Shakespeare or some shit, but come on, bro. The Heartless do have hearts. I heard that shit. I almost checked out. He said nobodies have hearts. That's what he said. Nah, Vesperia is cool, but I'm tired of just saying Vesperia. Play Vesperia, you know, like... I'm telling y'all, Chris will get Kingdom Hearts 4 if his favorite waifu Lightning and husbando Snow are in the game. Corey Gryffindor, famous final words, brother. I don't care how long you've been watching the channel. You are, you're on thin ice right now, player. The nobodies do have hearts. Oh, Asbel, if you don't stop. My crew and I got Borderlands 3. Only one of us have a new gen Xbox One. He would load in instantly while the rest of us sat in the loading screens. I could literally hear him watching cutscenes through the headset. Yo, that is one clutch thing about having a new console and then your friends don't, because you just get through all that old shit that people waiting on, man. And it is really cool. I mean, it is kind of sad because you ain't doing much. You're just waiting for them, but it's nice, man. Yo, I'm telling Tekken Jin, he wildin'. One Winged Angel, Final Fantasy VII Remake, PS7. Oh, God. The last thing we need is Sephiroth in 8K, man. I don't think the world's ready for that. I wish Parasite Eve would make a return. Oh, absolutely. I'm actually really sad that the Third Birthday it wasn't the greatest game, but it also wasn't the worst game. I always thought that, maybe they'll bring this shit back. The only thing Square brought back was Lightning. Thoughts on the Biomutant release date? I'm really happy for people who are looking forward to that game, because that's always been the game people have been wanting to play, but either they kept delaying it or they just didn't give a proper date. But people are excited for it, so I want to check it out. Ooh, speaking of new games, you guys, I want to show y'all something that I actually got for Christmas. Christmas gift from one of my friends. One of my good friends, Shut Up Gabe. He actually went out there and... Let me just take this sticker off. I don't know why I'm taking the sticker off of the plastic, because I'm going to take the plastic. Fuck, I'll take the plastic off anyway. Here we go. We're going to do a live unboxing. Oh, that's it. That's the unboxing right then and there. We just took off the plastic, and then that's it. But live unboxing of... What is this called? We got a live unboxing, ladies and gentlemen, of the one and only Immortals Phoenix Rising. Yes, sir. Gabe actually got this for me for Christmas, And I've heard a lot of things about this game. People have said it was, oh, we have a spammer in the chat. Oh, that's amazing. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. Like I said, when you're on this internet shit, stuff like that doesn't even faze me anymore, man. Because people are like weird as shit. But yeah, I got this shit from Gabe for Christmas. And I've heard a lot of cool things about it. Some good, some bad. Some folks say it's a shameless Breath of the Wild knockoff, which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing because there's not really a lot of games like Breath of the Wild. So if it can be like that with good action, 60 frames per second, and all that stuff, I'm down. And it's getting pretty cheap too. I think it was like $30 or something when he picked it up. Did it come with a season pass, or is this just an ad for a season pass? Oh, that's lame. Here's an ad for the season pass. All this DLC. I got A Tale of Fire and Lightning, so that might be some DLC as well. But yeah, Immortals Phoenix Rising. I'll probably jump into this after Red Dead. You know, oh, you should have got it on Xbox. Well, my boy got it for me on PlayStation, and Uncle Phil, it runs better on PlayStation. So I don't know what y'all got to do over there. Y'all got to get the tools. Get the tools. All right, let's see. 2 topics people wanted me to talk about. All right. So first topic, we can just get this out of the way easier. MLB The Show going multi-plat. As you guys, well, for those who don't know, MLB The Show just came out and showed off the new box art for the upcoming game. It's releasing on both PlayStation and Xbox for the very first time, which is big news. But if you've been following the industry, you would have known about this months ago. Sony Santa Monica basically came out and said, yeah, we're making a new MLB game. It's going to be multi-plat. And the only reason why it's multi-plat is because they do not want to lose the MLB license. The MLB license has been exclusive to PlayStation for a while. And, you know, it's been doing very well. Like, it's one of the top-rated sports games every year it comes out. But here recently, MLB was like, yo, listen, you either make this multi-plat or we're taking the license and giving it to another studio. Obviously, Sony Santa Monica didn't want to lose that, so they're like, fuck it, we'll make an Xbox version, we'll make a Switch version in a couple of years, we'll make it on PC, whatever. Which I think is honestly the best thing they could have done. While MLB The Show is definitely a franchise that people on PlayStation play if they're into that, you don't really need to keep sports games exclusives. The most amount of money and the way you can maximize your investment is to have it on every single platform possible, especially if it's an annualized franchise. So for Sony Santa Monica, yeah, it's going to be more work developing other versions of the games, but that's why you just go ahead and hire other studios and you can still make a shit ton more money. So this is a good business decision on all fronts. You know, Xbox is going to benefit, PlayStation is going to benefit, MLB, of course, is going to benefit. But it is really funny because a few years ago, this shit would have never been possible. You know what I'm saying? Like PlayStation releasing games on Xbox. But here we are in 2021. You have Xbox publishing games on PlayStation and Nintendo. You have PlayStation publishing games on PC and now Xbox. I'm not saying that this means that every game is going to come over because that's asinine. But I can see PlayStation being a little liberal when it comes to their franchises and IPs for the smaller ones. They might start showing up on other platforms. So where there's smoke, there's fire, and well, we'll see, man. It might just this might just be the outlier, MLB on Xbox. But who knows if Bloodborne ever comes to PC? I mean, we'll see, bro. We'll see. And I will say this much though. MLB The Show is going to come out. It's going to be the first time Xbox has got a 90+ rated exclusive in years. So there's that, man. There's that. There's that. Well, not 90+ rated exclusive, but it was exclusive to PlayStation coming over to Xbox. So now they'll see what the PlayStation... You know what I'm trying to say. Second question about WandaVision. Yeah, that's right, you guys. I have been watching WandaVision. It's become my new weekly binge now that Mandalorian is gone for the next year, which kills me on the inside, but it's all good because it was a good season. WandaVision is the first new MCU property since Avengers Endgame. It wasn't supposed to be the first new one since Avengers Endgame, but that is the world we live in right now. And, we got a $5 super chat coming in from HoloLive Noble Knight. Thank you so much for that, brother. I appreciate it. And when they first announced the concept of WandaVision, a show about Scarlet Witch and Vision doing wacky stuff, I was like, okay, there's going to be something fucked up about this show. Because there's no way in the world Kevin Feige would greenlight a show about Scarlet Witch and Vision just doing stuff. Like, there's no way. And if you've seen Avengers Infinity War, you know there's something to this. So I don't think Kevin Feige would give us a prequel show about the events that happened, like just this pocket of time between Age of Ultron and Infinity War. There's no way he would just waste that time for this kind of story. So I knew it was something deeper. And when we started seeing the promo material, I was like, oh no, something crazy is going to happen in this. And when you start watching it, like the first two episodes, and this is what's so funny about people on the internet. The first two episodes, people watched it and they're like, so this is the show? This is the show? It's not interesting, bro. Mind you, if you even just watch the first episode, you could start seeing inklings that something is wrong. This doesn't appear what it seems. Like, something is wrong right now. And then you start watching episode 2, and then you start seeing a little bit more. And then episode 3 comes out. You're like, oh shit. And then episode 4 is like, boom, full on. This is what you wanted, right? Like MCU stuff. And it's literally like what you expect. The way the story is unfolding is classic television. You know, they're just giving you little pieces. They're dripping it out week by week. And then you start speculating week to week what is actually happening. And for spoiler purposes, I'm not going to get into what I believe is happening. But if you've watched Infinity War, the end of Infinity War, if you've seen how Scarlet Witch was at the end of Endgame, you can pretty much guess her mental state going into this, and that plays a huge role in the show. And it's getting pretty crazy, man, and I can't wait to see what happens, because similar to Star Wars, I'm excited that the MCU is finally going into the long form storytelling route, because that's where, you know, these movies are based off of comics. They've been doing these for decades. That is the ideal way to tell these stories for the most part. Of course, you get some exceptions like Logan, The Dark Knight, Spider-Verse, things like that. But if you gave me a choice between watching a 2-hour movie or watching a long-form series with the quality of a 2-hour movie, I'm going to go for the long-form series, provided they don't do weird padding stuff. And this is just a nice glimpse into that future. So I'm excited to see what we get from the later half of WandaVision, and then Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then the Loki series. The Loki series I'm actually very, very much so looking forward to, because when you start getting into like alternate realities and different versions of characters, because the Loki that we're going to see in the new show is not the same Loki that we saw towards the end of his life in the MCU. So that's going to be fantastic. And then from there, like Miss Marvel, can't wait for that. Black Panther just announced today they're doing a TV series about Wakanda. So if Okoye, Shuri, all those gals can get some screen time, I am all for that, because I love the women of Wakanda. Yeah, so I'm excited about this future of MCU on TV. You know, I'm excited to see Moon Knight. I'm excited to see all this shit that it used to be a pipe dream for us back in the day. Like the fact that we went so many years and the only like MCU shows that we got on TV was Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is just very, very depressing. But things are definitely looking up. With Star Wars Visions supposedly coming out this year, is there any specific Japanese artist studios you'd like to work on it? There's definitely a couple of them. My choice of someone who I think could tell a really interesting and unique Star Wars story is Watanabe. Shinichiro Watanabe, of course, gave us Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, Space Dandy. I think his storyteller, if he was telling a story about smugglers and just have that be the backdrop in a Star Wars universe, we can get some really dope stories. So Watanabe is at the top of my list. Studio-wise, Mappa would be great. I don't even know how to pronounce their name. I keep going back and forth. Is it Ufotable or UFO Table? The guys who gave us Demon Slayer. They've done a bunch of other stuff. Bones, of course. I would love that. So yeah, those are like my top 3 for studios I would like to see. But really, it's more about the talent and who's working on it rather than just the studio. Of course, the studio, the synergy, all that stuff does play a role. But to me, I also need someone who can properly spearhead the production, you know? Mappa needs no more shows. I'm saying in an ideal world, Asbel, in an ideal world, my friend. Yeah, there's a lot of because they went through. Hold on, she just messaged me again. Oh God, Robin Hood just sent me an email. We're sorry. Okay, Robin Hood. Okay, Robin Hood. Okay. So, yeah, let's see. What were we talking about? Who's ready for Halo Infinite? I'm ready for that game to be good. I'm ready for that, man. I just, man, if Halo Infinite comes out and it's just like the best game ever, that's going to be amazing, bro. Oh, yeah, Robin Hood's definitely on that BS, man. You gonna watch season 5 of My Hero? Absolutely. I've been getting back into watching anime a lot in the past couple of weeks. And it's been very therapeutic because one thing I love about anime is it's so easy to digest versus all the other shows that I used to watch, like on Netflix. Like, I love Better Call Saul. That show is amazing. But, man, I got to sit down and mentally put myself in, like, strap myself in for an hour-long TV episode. Like, those are a lot to deal with, man. Like, those shits feel like movies sometimes, especially if you're watching good shit like Ozark or The Expanse. Oh, my God. But, yeah, definitely. Actually, you know what? I didn't show you guys this. You see, because I'm so, like, focused on the stream, check out this shirt I got. Check out this shirt. Check this shit out, man. Check this shit out, y'all. Got that Yu Yu Hakusho drip. That's right. That's right. Officially licensed Yu Yu Hakusho merch. Like, where else do you see this shit, bro? Where else do you fucking see this shit? You would? No, I got to do like a little haul video because I don't have just one Yu Yu shirt. I have 3 Yu Yu Hakusho shirts. 2 of them I got for Christmas from my homie Gabe, and then one of them I got when I went to Spencer's. But I got Yu Yu Hakusho shirts. I got a whole bunch of shit here. Did I actually do my due diligence and put that shit in the closet? I think I did. Unless I have one right here. Oh, here's one I got. Wait, is this 2 or 1? Is this 2 or 1? What the fuck? Oh, no, that's my PlayStation shirt. Here's one shirt I recently got. Can you guys guess what this is from the back? You probably can't, but we'll see. How about this? Can y'all guess what this is? I want to see who's going to guess. We're going to see. Oh, we got a $4.99 super chat coming in from SJR5991. Appreciate that, brother. What's good, Neo? Neo 2 Remaster drops this weekend. Are you excited for that stream? I'm excited to die. Like I said, when we stream Neo 2, guys, listen, I'm not good at these games, but I'm doing this because the homie donated. So I'm excited for that. And he says, WandaVision is great so far. Yes, it is, man. And we got a new episode coming this week. Hope you've been doing well, man. Appreciate the super chat. And yeah, that Neo 2 stream is going to be crazy. Ugh. All right. Let's see. Did anyone say what it was? Oh, take it easy, Chris. Have a good night, bro. Thank you for coming through the stream. Did anyone say what it was? Nah, you can't. Okay. All right. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you the front of that shit. Show you the front of that shit. Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Boom. Oh, snap. Crackle. Popping this bitch. Oh, shit. That's right, y'all. Got some Demon Slayer drip, too. Got some Demon Slayer drip. Oh, I wish it was Yakuza. I wish Hot Topic sold Yakuza merch. That'd be amazing. But yeah, if you guys want to get this shirt or any of those shirts, Hot Topic and Spencer's are your best friends for officially licensed anime merch, man. And then we have a $1.99 super chat coming in from SJR. Also, have you watched Jujutsu Kaisen yet? I saw the first couple episodes, like first 3 episodes. And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I'll finish it eventually. Just never did. But it's cool. It's cool. Yeah, that's right. Demon Slayer, man. Yeah, Demon Slayer. Yeah. 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 Neo, you need to be using your AirPod Pro to flex. Everyone knows you gotta use them like their earrings. Yo, thankfully, I'm not that type of person. I'm not that type of person to just wear my AirPods everywhere for no reason. I only wear my AirPods. Believe it or not, I only wear my AirPods when I'm at home, when I'm like cooking downstairs and I don't want to bother everybody with my music or podcast. That's when I wear my AirPods. Other than that, when I'm like out and about doing grocery shopping or if I'm commuting, that's it. But obviously I haven't been commuting outside of driving my car, so I don't need to wear my AirPods in the car unless I'm talking to someone. Because I'd rather they get the mic quality from the AirPods versus my car's microphone. So yeah, I don't be flexing like a lot of people do. Like there are people come to my job and they just wear them shits. Like, bro, put it in the case. Save battery. We're having a conversation here. Like, put it in the case. Like, put it in the fucking box. What's in the fucking box? Yeah, Demon Slayer is that good shit, man. Do you make friends randomly while sporting a green Zelda shirt? Because I feel like a celebrity. Yo, when I wear this nerd shit out anywhere, I always get compliments from people. And I just love that because it just goes to show you that there's always an anime fan or two scattered in the mix. And it's always people who you would never expect, if that makes sense. Like a lot of the nerds out there, because I myself am a nerd. I'm a fucking geek. Look at this fucking room. You guys know that. But a lot of the people who are like really diehard into this shit, they would never come up and say, really cool shirt, bro. It's mostly the people who are casual who are like, oh my God, that's Attack on Titan. I was like, yeah, it's Attack on Titan, you know? We talk about it. And like, yeah, I'm not really big into anime, but I started Attack on Titan. It's kind of cool. Like, that's how I had a conversation with somebody at Barnes & Noble when I was buying Christmas gifts for people. We were talking about Attack on Titan Season 4, because, you know, it just started airing. Yeah, that's how it is. $2 super chat from Joseph. Xbox Series X is bang for your buck better than any gaming PC. If we're talking about, all right, so when we get into the whole console versus PC argument, I don't think there should be an argument considering consoles are closed off boxes that are meant to sit at your entertainment setup. They can't be modular at all. They're just meant to do what they're supposed to do. Versus PC, which is a lot more flexible in terms of customization, performance, and also price. So your PC gaming experience could differ drastically from somebody else's. Like my rig cost me like $1,200, but there's also people out there I know who are gaming on rigs that cost half that, and people who are gaming on rigs that cost double that. There are people whose rigs, their graphic cards alone cost as much as how much I spent on my rig. Yes, for just a graphics card, people will spend $1,000. So I don't really like to compare the two. I will say this much though. Right now, bang for your buck, what you're getting out of the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5, especially the PlayStation 5 digital edition, because it's $399. You can't get that on PC. Like, I'm sorry, you can't. Like, whether you want to say now or when GPUs are back in stock, there's no way you're getting a system that is as good as those consoles for that exact price. So the argument should not be you can build a PC that runs just as good as Xbox Series X or PS5 for the same price. No, you don't want that. You want something that does so much more than that, because a $500 PC is really not going to get you far in the grand scheme of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would rather buy a $400 console, keep that there, know what it's all about, versus me trying to build a PC that comes to around the same price and performance. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could do that during the PS3 and 360 days because those consoles were out forever, right? But now it's just build you a good PC, buy a console, play your games, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, great value you get out of the consoles. Great value you get on the PCs. But there's going to be some people out there who just don't want to spend a lot of money on a PC for what it offers, which I understand, because PC, it's not just like you go to the store, you buy a PC, and that's it. You know, there's a reason why we call it troubleshoot gaming, because when something goes wrong on PC, you have to diagnose everything, right? So Horizon Zero Dawn, for whatever reason, would not let me boot up the game. It was a weird conflicting handshake issue between that game and my antivirus software. But that was after I troubleshooted everything, verified the integrity of the game cache, all that stuff. So things can just happen, you know? But at the same time, the benefits that I get out of PC, I mean, they speak for themselves. Higher resolution, better frame rate, better textures, you know, just having one entertainment setup to do everything from streaming to video editing to rendering to graphic design. It's clutch, man. Okay, thoughts on the GameStop versus Wall Street situation. It's fucking hilarious. And it's just another example. If 2020 didn't basically show you guys how these people who are running shit at the top, they don't give a fuck about us, then 2021 is just another example of that. Because you have this whole GameStop situation, which I'm sure everybody knows the situation happening with the GameStop stock and the shorting and the hedge funds and all that. So I'm not going to regurgitate what's went down. But what's so funny is that what these people on Reddit have been doing when it comes to GameStop is exactly what all these people in hedge funds have been doing for decades. They've been doing this shit. This is common knowledge. But the second that the poor people get wise to the game and start running it like these guys have been doing for decades, that's when they're all pissy and they're crying. They want regulation. This is not fair. They basically went full Karen to the government over this GameStop situation. It's just it's so funny, but it's good that this is happening, because whether or not you invest in stocks or not, it's relevant. And I don't think you should just jump into stocks right now because everybody is doing it. That would be asinine, because if you jump into something, think you're going to be making money when you know how volatile the stock market is, it's just, you're going to lose money, you know? There's a reason why they call this shit the stock market game. But it's good that this is happening, because anytime you could expose people at the top for the shit that they've been doing, I'm all for that. But is this going to last long term? Like, are people actually going to keep the fire lit under these guys' asses? No, of course not. They're still going to do bailouts. They're still going to do all these things. They're just going to get angry on social media. And then, you know, the people who they say they represent us are going to be angry too until they cut quiet deals behind the scenes with these guys. It's fucked up. And it's not just America that does this. It's every country. All right. Oh, we have another $5 super chat coming in. We have two $5 super chats for $10 coming in from Daniel Pack. Appreciate you, brother. I got my PC for $1,500, yet I feel like I'm still saving more money than if I got an Xbox Series X. The games are just so much cheaper on PC. Also, make sure y'all like the stream. Appreciate you, Daniel Pack. And yeah, Daniel Pack, he's calling y'all out. He's saying there's a grand total of, let's see how many y'all watching. 109 people watching and 100 likes. Oh, come on. We got to bring those numbers up, guys. Those rookie numbers, got to pump them up. I appreciate you, Daniel. And yeah, that's one benefit about PC versus consoles. Free online, and the games are significantly cheaper out the gate. Games, with the exception of a handful, rarely stay at $60. These games jump down. Like, some games you get for cheap on release. Like, I remember Horizon Zero Dawn, I got like for $10 off on release just because I bought it from Green Man Gaming. Like, PC gamers know how to find deals. There's a ton of different sites available. Steam does sales all the time. You could build up an amazing backlog. So again, that's one of the benefits that comes with PC gaming. It's definitely more expensive out the gate, but the value you get out of it is just, you can't even compare it. Like, consoles started getting their great sales from Steam. Like, people don't remember that shit, but back in the day when they first announced Xbox Games on Demand, I think it was like 2009 when they started having games on there for digital download, they were so expensive. They were more expensive than shit you saw at the store and on Steam. There were some games they were selling on Xbox Games on Demand 10 plus years ago for $50, when on Steam that shit was like $30 max. And then you know how those Steam sales go. That should be like $5, maybe a penny. So yeah, it's dope if you can do it. But if you're not into PC gaming like that and knowing about graphics cards and motherboards and diagnosing shit on Windows, I'm not going to tell you to run out there and buy a PC just because it's going to be better. Some people just want, like me, for example, I have a gaming PC that can run games better than these next-gen consoles. But where do I do most of my gaming on? My consoles. Why? Because I like having them in my entertainment setup. I am a couch bedroom type of gamer, so I like to lie down when I play my games. And yeah, I could hook up my PC to my TV and move it over, but I'm not going to do that. I like having my PC here in the command center, and I have my entertainment set up over there, and it just works for me. So when I do want to play a game on PC, like if I'm playing, because I have Cold War on PC, so I play it on here. You know, if I'm doing mouse and keyboard, I can do that. But if I wanted to hop to another game like Max Payne 3 that I have in my Steam backlog, you know, I just pop in my Elite controller and I just play that shit. So to me, it's just game however the fuck you want to. You know what I'm saying? If you game on PC, consoles, fucking, I would say Stadia, but who gaming on Stadia? I don't know. So yeah, just happy gaming, y'all. Just beat your games. Have you ever played MapleStory? I've never played MapleStory, but I have a funny story about MapleStory if y'all will humor me for a second. So one of my very close friends and one of my neighbors I had growing up, my boy Chad, you guys might have seen him on the channel before. We did videos way back when, like 10 years back. Stadia. Oh, that's your favorite platform, Gore. What you talking about, bro? I heard you going to start doing some Stadia reviews. Gore the Stadia god. But the reason why I bring up MapleStory is I remember I went over to Trent and Chad's house, and my homeboy Trent, growing up, he was kind of like that dude who let's say he does something fucked up, but he always has a reason as to why he did what he did. So you guys remember how in the early 2000s, when the internet was starting to boom for like the general population, you had all these like pop-up ads. You still have pop-up ads now, but it was just very prevalent back then. So with World of Warcraft and MapleStory, there were a ton of these ads targeted towards those gamers. And by gamers, they meant the kids who were gullible enough to click on them. Right? So with MapleStory, it was, I think, it measured things by time. You had to buy like time cards or something, I guess. I'm not sure. I'm not too familiar with how they do it. But for the sake of the story, we'll go with time cards. And apparently what had happened was my homeboy Trent, for their MapleStory account, he clicked on one of those pop-up ads, and it was one of those things like, hey, if you take like these short surveys or blah, 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 you'll get like, I don't know, 500 hours of MapleStory, whatever the fuck it was, right? But what he didn't know at the time, because he was like, 12, 11 years old, he ended up signing up for a car quote, you guys. I shit you not. 11-year-old putting his information, signing up for a car quote. I don't know how he got to the point where he had people calling back saying, hey, thank you for inquiring about a car, blah, blah, blah. But I remember we were over there at his crib just chilling. And then Chad comes downstairs because I guess he heard the voicemail. He's like, Trent, you and that stupid, like, I guess the website where he did the surveys and shit. He's like, you and that stupid blah, blah, blah got us like in deep for a car quote. And you know, like everything that your parents tell you not to do, you try not to do it. But when you actually do it and you're just like, oh, fuck, what's happening? You get really scared. So he did that shit. And then we had to call back that person to let him know, yo, we were just trying to get some free MapleStory credit, bruh. It wasn't anything serious, bruh. And they're like, oh, okay, fine. Because if his parents found out, ooh, shit. His parents they're Jehovah's Witnesses too, so. Man. Yeah, MapleStory, bro. MapleStory, World of Warcraft, RuneScape. Those were like the 3 biggest online games that people were playing at the time. Well, if we're talking like PC stuff for kids, I say. Because, you know, we had Halo 2 on Xbox. You know, a couple people had SOCOM. Of course, StarCraft was running game. Yeah, but I never played MapleStory. Played a little bit of WoW. But yeah, I never really got into those things. I was always so like overwhelmed at the concept of those games, man. You played any Flash games? Not really. You know what I played a lot of growing up? Because I didn't go on the computer that much when I was a kid. But I did go on CartoonNetwork.com a lot. And you guys know those Flash games on CartoonNetwork.com. You guys remember that shit, bro. I was on CartoonNetwork.com. I think I was on PBS.com playing like Cyber Chase games or something. Oh, man, the early 2000s are something else, bro. I know a couple of y'all remember them shits. Teen Titan Battle Blitz. Y'all know the fucking vibes. I was jealous of the people who had like competent gaming. I don't even want to say they were game computers, but computers that could play video games back then. Because one of the cool things about PC back then is the PC versions for most games was so cool because they were different versions of the games. Like Harry Potter, for example, like the best versions of the Harry Potter games, like 1 and 2 was on PC, man. That shit was so dope, bro. Yeah, people remember that shit. Yep. We just unlocking some memories. Right now. Just waiting for the 3080 stock to complete my PC. I have everything but the GPU waiting. Yeah, it's something that my brother actually just built a new gaming PC, you guys. And the one thing that sucks is that he doesn't really have a good GPU yet. He's got all the other pieces and components, but no good GPU. So one of his friends let him have his old 970 because I think his friend got a 3070. So he's been using that. But, you know, a 970, it's like for him, he's okay. But that's not, that ain't shit when it comes to like PC gaming, you know? Right now I have an AMD, a 5700 XT. I got it last year with my rig. And I was just waiting to see what AMD was going to do for their line of graphics cards, but it doesn't seem that it even comes close to what Nvidia's offering. So might go ahead and cop that well, if I even have a chance to cop a 30 series card, because you know them shits is still out of stock. Still, bro. Mini clip. Dude, you remember, was it, I think Mini Clip was the name, or Hit Clips, one of the things. I think it was Hit Clips, where you would get, I think you got them from McDonald's, and you had this little tiny boombox speaker that was maybe this big, and it would play maybe like 30 seconds of music. Bro, kids these days do not understand the lengths that we had gone through just to enjoy shit outside of the house. Like, Hit Clips, man. Hit Clips, bro. You know what, another game I never really played a lot of? Well, I never played any of it. Club Penguin, Spore. Yeah, all those kind of games, I really wasn't into that. The Sims, I rented The Sims 2. That was kind of fun, but I never really got into that shit, man. Like, the most amount of time I ever spent with an online game was Final Fantasy 14. I think that's the most amount of time I've ever put into an MMO, and the most amount of time I've ever put into a PC-style game, even though I played it on PlayStation. But you guys know what I'm saying. freecollegegames.com. Oh man, I remember that shit. Oh my lord, bro. This is just bringing back a whole bunch of memories right now, you guys. Holy shit. Holy shit, bro. This chick just messaged me. She said, "Damn, shorty, why you so fine though?" Oh my god. Brick Breaker. Yo, remember Brick Breaker? Yo, do y'all remember that do y'all remember that pinball game? Do y'all remember that fucking pinball game? I know y'all remember that pinball game. I'm not even gonna say the name of it, but y'all remember that fucking pinball game. Yeah, you all know the one. You all know the pinball game I'm talking about. Man. Coolmathgames.com. Yo, the space one with the music and shit, with the lights and everything. Oh, man. That's fucking memories. Damn. Y'all remember Sim Girls? What a time to be alive. Hey, yo, what? What? Sim Girls? Do you remember, yo, y'all ever buy something just because you think it might be hot or at least decent, and you're just like, what the fuck did I buy? Okay, so when I bought Super Smash Brothers Brawl, right? When Brawl came out, I bought it at Toys R Us. Rest in peace, Toys R Us. And they were running, I think, a buy one, get one free sale on... No, they were doing a buy two, get one free sale. Wait, I might be confusing these times I went there. But either way, I went there to buy Brawl, and they had a sale going on. Buy one, get one 50% off. I ended up picking up, what's that shit called? My Sims. It was on the Wii. And I was thinking, oh, it's a Sims game for the Wii. I mean, they look a little cartoony, but this could be lit. Bro, I played that shit for 40 minutes. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, what the fuck? It was so bullshit. It wasn't even a Sims game, bro. It was just like glorified Me Run, Me Quest and shit, man. Oh, God. It was like, wow, dude. I remember I wasted so... Even though I got it half off, I was like, I wasted my fucking money on this shit, bro. Does anybody have one of those games you're thinking, yo, this might be alright, bro? When you buy it, you're like, what the fuck? Trade that shit back in, man. You didn't grow up if you didn't play Sim Girls, a dating sim that randomly became hentai at the end. What? Nah. Nah. We didn't do that shit. I was like, wait, what? I thought it was like some random modern shit, maybe gore, but this is like, what? Toys R Us and KB Toys, yup. Oh my god. Yo, just the memories of, that's one thing. I mean, you can still do it now, but it's kind of hard because we're all adults and everything. We got fucking jobs and rent and bills and all that adult shit. But one thing I loved is just buying a game and just playing that shit until the sun came up the next day, man. We all have a game like that, you know. I did that so much around the Christmas season with Dragon Ball Z Budokai and Kingdom Hearts 1, mainly because I didn't have a memory card back then. So, you know, I had to just keep playing that shit until I got to the new stage and I advanced. And it got so bad to the point where I didn't have a memory card for the first couple of weeks of when I owned a PS2. So what I used to do after vacation is Sunday night, I'd be playing Budokai. I'd unlock all the characters. And I wanted to keep playing with those new characters, but it was getting late. So I put clothing in front of the PlayStation 2. So that way, when my mom came into my room, she wouldn't see the PS2 light on. So she wouldn't turn it off. So I had to do that shit, bro. It was tough times, but you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Oh god. But yeah, I just I think the last time I really bought something and I think I just played it until the sun came up. Because right now, it's not that the games don't interest me. They do. It's just I'm more responsible these days. For me, it's like I would rather wake up earlier and play a game than stay up later and play a game. Because I'd rather my sleeping patterns be in order and I could just wake up earlier and play that game for an hour or two. But I remember the last time, and this is probably because I was on summer break, the last time I really played a game and I didn't even think of the concept of time was Call of Duty, when the World at War expansion pack for Derice came out. That was, I believe, the final DLC they made. I remember me and my boys, we downloaded that. We were playing it from like 9 p.m. at night until 5 a.m. in the morning. Like, we were just running sets. We were like swapping people in and out. Those Xbox Live parties back in the day were fucking bumping, bro. We had people, did y'all ever just be in an Xbox party? You ain't even been playing shit, but you're just talking to your friends. You're just having fun. You're doing whatever. Like, that's what we used to do back in the day, bro. So we played that map from 9 p.m. till 5 a.m. in the morning, and we was just like, y'all ready to do this shit again tomorrow? And they said, hell yeah. So it was like, I still do that shit now. I still play zombies and I run zombies with the same people, but we're just a lot more conservative with our time, and we just don't have the energy to do them 5 a.m. sessions anymore. But it was fun, man. It was definitely fun, bro. And it's great that I can talk about all this stuff with you guys, because I know we all went through the same shit, bro. Like, all of us. Like, there were times where I used to worry about whether or not I should really be playing my console for as long as I did, because nowadays, after I think maybe like 2 hours of gaming, I take a break and I just let my mind relax. I do other stuff. Unless I'm streaming, that's a different story. But when it comes to gaming, I try to take a break after 2 hours, even if it's 15 minutes, just to let my mind rest. So, yeah, it was definitely a weird thing growing up and just not having those sessions anymore. Just mainly now, I just like to prioritize. It's weird because it makes it sound like I'm shitting on gaming and those long gaming sessions. I'm not. It's just when you fit around other aspects of your life. And of course, even running a YouTube channel and streaming, that takes up more time than 10 plus years ago. When I just got into YouTube, I wasn't dedicating as much time. Rather read the Bible than waste time on games. Preach it, Neo. Or maybe you can do both. Maybe when you're on the toilet taking a shit, you can read a couple of verses. That's what you do, man. I used to play Halo 3 custom games with Xbox friends for hours and hours every day. Yup. You want to play some custom games, Gore? Some zombies? Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. Those, like, you really had to be in the zeitgeist of when online gaming was. I mean, it had an even bigger renaissance now with Fortnite, Warzone, or whatever, because it's more accessible to people. But when this shit first started, bro, when we was running like Halo back in the days, SOCOM, freaking, like, dude, everything, man. Rainbow Six, Vegas 2? Whew. Man, that was hardcore shit. That was my first hardcore game I ever played. 'Cause I remember I played my first match. I got fucking wrecked, bro. But man, that shit was nice, man. That was so nice. Dude, man, it's fucking like, yo. You know what man? One of the surprises one time was I remember my Xbox, it was winter break one time. And I remember my Xbox subscription, it was running out or had just run out. It lapsed like the weeks prior. And, you know, I didn't have any Xbox Live Gold. You know, back then, when we was kids, we didn't have money of our own, bro. So we had to rely on our parents. So I remember it was like winter break happening. And I didn't have an Xbox Live Gold. And I was kind of pissed. So I was going to like beg my dad to see if he can buy me like a 3-month card or something. And I remember my mom came home and she gave me a 3-month card of Xbox. I was like, oh, Mom, you're the best. But she's like, I don't want you to play any of those shooting games on it. And I said, okay, Mom, I won't play any shooting games with this 3-month Xbox Live Gold card. Because she didn't know what the fuck this gold card was. She thought it was a phone card or something. But yeah, it was good stuff, man. Good fucking stuff. Good times, man. GTA 4 with you back in the day on Xbox 360, Chris. I think it was just one time, though. Oh, word, bro? Oh, shit. Memories. Fucking memories. Yo, GTA Online. Okay, so here's the thing about GTA Online. The thing about GTA Online, which I think is so funny for me, is I played GTA Online, but I don't do any of these modes that people do. I don't do any races. I don't do any of this shit. I just went into the open world, the free roaming section, and fucked shit up. That's all we did, man. We had a whole squad of people. We had a whole lobby full of people just fucking shit up. And it was mad fun. Like, yo, go get the helicopter. Snipe these people there. We just created all our fucking fun in that game, man. GTA 4's free roaming was just pure, mindless, unadulterated chaos, man. Chaos. GTA 4 free roam, just screwing with people was a blast. Adrian, Sam, and I used to go in there and just screw with people. Yeah, it was just so fucking fun. You really was playing your mom's, huh? Well, I mean, I didn't lie, Asbel. I didn't use that card to play shooting games. I just used that card to unlock the internet capabilities on my Xbox to play games that may or may not have involved shooting people. So it's a loophole. It's a loophole. Target still sells PC jewel cases. Yeah, I've noticed that. Target still sells PC games. This is very surprising. Trying to get a PS5 feels like a lottery. Yo, it's rough out here, man. I still don't know how I got mine. It is still rough out here for these consoles. And unfortunately, it ain't going to be getting any better, man. Xbox just straight up said, yo, we're probably not going to get a steady supply chain for a few months. At first, I was thinking February, but now it's looking more like June. Ugh. It was looking pretty rough. It's looking pretty rough, you guys. It was so bare bones in GTA 4, and I always had more fun in that than with GTA 5, even though it had so much more content. I always thought that was funny. It's true. I mean, GTA 5, it's a behemoth. That online mode, it's called GTA Online. It's not GTA 5 online mode. It's GTA Online. And I know a lot of people have a lot of fun with it, and more power to them. It's great. I've played through a couple of the heists. Like, for me, that's all I do. I just play heists. I don't do anything else on GTA Online. But there was something so pure about just vanilla GTA 4. That's why I loved Uncharted 2's multiplayer. Uncharted 2's multiplayer was very basic. It's very basic objectives. But that was the fun in it. They didn't have any of these crazy kickbacks or mythicals, summons, and all that wild shit they included in Part 4. Ah, man, I miss Uncharted 2. Ragdoll games. Oh, man. Ragdoll frames, ragdoll physics, all that shit. I wish GTA 5 had a regular mode with none of the restrictions. Yeah. But you know, Rockstar, man, they dance to the beat of their own drum. They don't listen to us. Sucks. At least I have a high-spec gaming laptop. Resident Evil 8 is also coming out on PC other than consoles. Yep. Yeah, so if you have a good gaming laptop or a gaming PC, you can still get great performances out of these games. That's the next thing I do want to buy. I want to get a nice gaming laptop. But my problem with gaming laptops is I feel like you're spending way more than what you realistically need to for their performance. And obviously that's because of portability. But every single time I look at these gaming laptops, like with the exception of maybe one or two, all of them seem like they have crazy compromises. Like one gaming laptop has great bang for your buck performance, but the keyboard and trackpad is shitty. Which obviously you know, like, yeah, you can hook up an external one, but if I have a laptop and I just want to do laptop shit, like type up documents and use the keypad and the trackpad, and it's not good, that's a major stickler for me. So that's why I'm very hesitant on buying gaming laptops. It's clutch for me if, let's say, I wanted to play something on my TV. Having a laptop that can just HDMI out to the TV is very cool. But other than that, for me, my laptop purposes, it just comes down to, is it going to be fast? Does it have good battery? Can I do all my work on this just fine? And that's why people don't like to hear this. That's why I love MacBooks. I love MacBooks for that exact reason. Like, I have a MacBook that I got in 2017. It's a 2015 model. And that thing still works. Still fucking works just fine. Everything about it is great. It does exactly what I need to do. And I'm going to upgrade to a new Mac probably. I'm going to wait to see what the next revision looks like before I get another MacBook. But for me, I look at those MacBooks and I look at all the Windows PCs that I've been through in the past couple of years. I don't regret spending the $1,000+ or, oh, MacBooks are so overpriced. It's like, that MacBook has lasted me 4 years now. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, Apple products just work. They just work. I've never heard of someone having the same Windows laptop, gaming laptop, for more than a year or two before it craps out for whatever reason. Maybe now newer models have gotten better, but all the experiences that I've had in the past, it's just not good, man. And I don't buy MacBooks for gaming. I buy MacBooks for productivity and all the other stuff that comes with it. So, ooh, snowplow is going through, and I still see snow on the ground, so that means we are truly fucked, you guys. Yeah, desktop is way better than laptop. Absolutely. There are compromises when it comes down to portability. That much is certain. But for me, it's like gaming laptops, unless I have a very specific need for them, like if I wanted to use a gaming laptop to play PC games on the big screen TV, yes, I would have that. If I was running LAN parties, yes, I would have that. But other than that, it's kind of whatevs for me. How good is the first Red Dead Redemption? Because I got the undead version with the zombies. Red Dead Redemption 1 is amazing. It might be a little dated in terms of the Rockstar open world design. And you'll probably understand that if you've played the newer Rockstar games versus the older ones. Red Dead still has that old DNA of, hey, go to this place to start your mission. Then you have to ride all the way here for this part of the mission. Then you have to go all over here for this part of the mission just to get the information to bring it back to this part of the mission. It's just one of those, hey, go here. This guy might have information for you. It was very irritating. Like, when I replayed Red Dead 1, I was like, this hasn't aged well. You know, it's just like, just put it on the map where I have to go. Don't make me go somewhere to start a mission only to go to this part here and then go all the way. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, Just look at Jack Move Johnny. His gaming laptops break 100 times. Exactly. That's why at that point, it's like, bro, you should have just got a desktop, you know? Hey, it's the homie Chris from Yoko. Chris Breezy, a.k.a. the host of the Greatness Awaits show, a.k.a. the PlayStation Thotty, a.k.a. Liquid Only Fans. What's going on, brother? What's up? What's up? How you doing, man? I'm surprised you're not streaming today. Well, actually, I'm very glad you're not streaming today because you've been going hard over the past couple days, bro. And I love it. I appreciate the grind, brother, but you got to take some time. Pace yourself, brother. Pace yourself. Yeah, we talked about Stadia earlier, Alan. We had a whole topic about it. Same thing with the Medium, Brisk. We talked about the Medium. I'm halfway through the Medium. It's interesting. I'll say that much. Oh, man. But, ooh. It's looking like we getting up to that 2-hour mark, ladies and gentlemen. We get to that 2-hour mark, and we got some Yakuza to finish up, man. So this was fun, as usual, you guys. I know it's strange. These Ask Neos usually go for like 40 hours at a time, but life is about balance. We got some games we got to finish so we can make some videos to talk about stuff. And depending on how this snow is looking over the next couple hours, I might start shoveling a little earlier because the way it's looking right now, I was probably going to shovel in the morning, but if the worst of the snow is done now, I might shovel a bit tonight. Who knows, man? Fucking sucks. But yeah, you guys, thank you for coming through the stream. Thank you guys so much for all your support throughout the years, man. Liking the videos, commenting the videos, sharing out that stuff. Thank you so much to all the people for the super chat donations. I appreciate that tremendously. It's how we keep the lights on in this production, and with all the money that gets donated, we reinvest that shit back into the channel. And yeah, you guys, as always, be kind to each other, be kind to yourself, look out for one another. You guys know the whole shtick. I'm so used to saying it right now. It should be clockwork, but you know how it is with me, you guys. Happy gaming. Whatever games y'all are playing, have fun, enjoy them. And I'll see you guys on the next Ask Neo that we do, which is most likely it's going to be back on a regular schedule. I just haven't figured out the times, whether I want to do it at 8 p.m. Eastern or I might push it up a little earlier to like 6 p.m. Eastern, because I want to get it a little earlier for the international viewers. So that's, again, something that we'll have to work out the logistics to. And then the homie Daniel Pack coming through with a $20 super chat, blessing the feed as usual. Stream boss Daniel Pack. Love the stream, Neo. Hope you have a good night. Well, I hope you have an even better night, Daniel Pack. And remember, Daniel Pack said y'all better hit the like button, because he gonna come after y'all asses. He has all y'all's addresses right now. So, you know how that be. But yeah, you guys, enjoy the rest of your evenings, your mornings, your afternoons, whatever y'all happen to be doing. And for me to you for now, my name is NGS signing out. And like always, I will catch you guys later. Peace out, guys. Have a good night.